In this section, we will discover how ESG or sustainable investment movement emerged. Sustainable and responsible investment movement takes its roots in 1700s, when religious groups in US refused to invest in alcohol, gaming, and tobacco companies. Later, in 1928, they called it a sin screen that is used to screen out the same three products. These were the roots of what we call today negative screening, which means excluding companies or sectors that do not comply with preset social or environmental criteria. In the past few decades, several other derivations of sustainable investing have emerged. Notions such as thematic investing, positive screening, impact investing are being actively used in investment strategies today. Socially responsible investing, or SRI. As of today, there is no exact definition of what SRI investment strategy has to exclude. This is something that is determined on the portfolio level. Consensus about excluding alcohol, tobacco, and firearms industry seems to be pretty common, although some investors consider that oil and gas sectors should be also excluded. Sustainability or ethics can be defined differently from one person to another. It is important to integrate this subject as part of the KYC process. There is an increased amount of asset owners who at no cost want to invest in oil and gas sectors, or companies that are known to have unethical practices. This creates an additional responsibility on the investment advisor's side, as now they have to know their client even better and they need additional tools to screen the right investments for the client. Here's an example of SRI labeled mutual fund IG Mackenzie Summa SRI. This mutual fund uses negative screening. They exclude companies in tobacco, weapons, alcohol, gambling, and pornography industries. If we take a look at the asset allocation of this fund, you'll notice a higher weight on financial and technology sectors. This is quite typical for SRI portfolios. So how about the performance? There is a lot of debate and increased amount of research on whether sustainable investment portfolios yield a significantly different financial performance. Some argue that limiting your portfolio by applying ethical filters can hurt your returns. Others say that it actually improves your risk-adjusted returns and reduces portfolio volatility. What does the data show us? Based on global index comparison generated by Bloomberg in 2019, MSCI World SRI has slightly outperformed MSCI World over the past 10 years. These are indices, so several factors are not considered by this performance analysis, for example, transaction costs and management fees. RBC Global Asset Management published a report in 2019 called Does Socially Responsible Investing Hurt Investment Returns? Their findings show that SRI detracts from performance when investors exclude companies, so the negative screening. But the SRI improves performance when investors focus on companies with high ratings on ESG indicators, which is the other word for positive screening. At the end of the day, there is no definite answer on how SRI affects the returns. It all comes down to the quality of portfolio manager.